I completed 8 sketchbooks last year, and this one took me by far the longest, and it is my personal one from Iceland. I had originally meant for this to be an as I went, in the moment travel type journal, and so you can see that it starts this way, and you'll actually notice that this book kind of changes because it's had about 3 different purposes. Because I got to about here in the journal and then realized it was not going to be sustainable for me to finish this up on the trip because I was also doing another one at the same time. So then I kind of switched the purpose of the sketchbook into being a little bit more free-flowing. I actually skipped around the pages. I didn't go in order because I just wanted to kind of take some of the pressure off, and I also tried to make sure that I was mixing up the styles. Some of them are going to be a little more simple and kind of like just sketchbooky pages, and other ones are a little more well thought out and actually kind of put together. But then I feel like it actually kind of switched over into a fully different purpose because I didn't work on this for like a month. And by that time, I was really kind of missing and trying to reminisce about the site. So then it kind of turned into a, what would I like to see when I go back? I don't know. I think it's really interesting to see as I flip through this book how many kind of different things. And I feel like you can really tell the purpose and how on some I was stretching my limits. Like on this one here with this beach, I really was starting to try to focus on building contrast in compositions as well as playing with more textures. So I did some scraping on this one. I also added some salt, and then I really tried to focus on getting some of those really dark values. Same thing with this one. I really wanted to push those values to really kind of push the eye, and this is definitely one of my favorites. Again, trying to break it up. This is one I painted much earlier where I was just kind of wishing we had seen the Northern Lights and having a little fun, trying to keep things a little simple. And then this is another one that I did later when I had more time because I had to use masking fluid. That always takes a little bit longer. Also, side note, I really wanted one of those Icelandic sweaters because the patterns are gorgeous, but they're too scratchy for me. This was the only one I really did that was plein air painting, and I had fun doing it, but it was a challenge. The colors were so unreal in Iceland, and like these green roofs, I really wanted to touch them, and they were so bright and vibrant. I'm a huge rock nerd. I love rocks, and so I wanted to capture this one rock formation where they all kind of went together, but they were very distinct shapes. It was fun. Again, in some places, I was trying to treat it like a journal where I was actually thinking about things. Like in this one, I was thinking about how just you can actually go to Iceland and be alone. Like we were out on this road, and I think we saw 2 cars in like 2 hours. But then there were other parts where I just wanted to take these little like snapshots of the beautiful greenery, and there's no way I can do it justice, but I wanted to kind of celebrate it and break it up because I also thought I had a few too many landscapes. Anyways, that's the sketchbook, and I think you can definitely tell that it served multiple purposes, and I think that's important to remember. Things don't always have to end how that you started them in a sketchbook, because when I look through this, the real purpose is for me to be able to remember things and celebrate this trip, and I can still do that even though you can tell that the purpose changed as I went through it.